The war in Ukraine, now raging for nearly 3 years, has become a grinding conflict with no end in sight. Both Russia and Ukraine have dug in, determined to achieve their military and political objectives. Recent months have seen a surge in fighting, with Russia making incremental gains in the eastern Donbas region, while Ukraine targets Russian infrastructure and supply lines. The conflict has resulted in a staggering humanitarian crisis, displacing millions and leaving countless civilians caught in the crossfire. The war represents a significant geopolitical crisis with global implications. The conflict has exacerbated existing tensions between Russia and the West, leading to unprecedented sanctions and military support for Ukraine. The outcome of the war will have lasting consequences for the security order in Europe and beyond. As the conflict enters its third year, both sides show no signs of backing down, raising fears of a protracted and increasingly brutal war of attrition. Russia's primary objective in Ukraine remains the capture of the Donbas region, comprising the Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts. In recent months, Russian forces have intensified their offensive in Donetsk, capturing the town of Novovasilivka and advancing on the strategically important city of Pokrovsk. Pokrovsk serves as a vital logistical hub for Ukrainian forces, and its capture would significantly disrupt Ukrainian supply lines and pave the way for further Russian advances towards the city of Chasiv Yar. Russia's offensive in Donetsk is part of a broader strategy to secure a land bridge to Crimea, which Russia illegally annexed in 2014. Control over the Donbas would give Russia leverage in any future negotiations and allow it to consolidate its hold over occupied territories in southern Ukraine. However, Russia's advance has come at a heavy cost, with reports of significant casualties and equipment losses. The capture of Pokrovsk, a city of strategic importance, is likely to be a long and bloody battle. Despite facing a numerically superior enemy, Ukrainian forces have mounted a fierce resistance, inflicting heavy losses on Russian troops and slowing their advance. Ukraine has effectively employed a combination of conventional military tactics and asymmetric warfare, utilizing its agile and mobile forces to target Russian supply lines, command centers, and logistical hubs. Ukraine's recent drone strikes on Russian oil refineries deep inside Russian territory demonstrate its growing ability to strike back at the Russian heartland. Ukraine has also received significant military aid from Western countries, including advanced weapons systems, intelligence sharing, and training. This support has been crucial in bolstering Ukraine's defenses and enabling it to resist Russia's onslaught. However, Ukraine continues to call for additional military assistance, particularly long-range artillery and air defense systems, to effectively counter Russia's offensive capabilities. The outcome of the war hinges on Ukraine's ability to maintain its resistance and inflict unsustainable losses on Russian forces. The war in Ukraine has had a devastating impact on the civilian population. Millions have been displaced from their homes, seeking refuge in neighboring countries or within Ukraine itself. The fighting has destroyed critical infrastructure, leaving millions without access to basic necessities such as water, electricity, and healthcare. The United Nations estimates that over 100,000 civilians have been killed or injured in the conflict. The war has also exacerbated existing global challenges, including food insecurity and energy shortages. Ukraine, a major grain exporter, has seen its agricultural production severely disrupted, contributing to rising food prices worldwide. The conflict has also disrupted energy markets as Russia, a major oil and gas exporter, has weaponized its energy resources to pressure European countries. The war's impact extends far beyond Ukraine's borders, highlighting the interconnectedness of global security and the devastating consequences of armed conflict. The future of the Russia-Ukraine war remains uncertain. Neither side appears willing to back down, and the conflict could continue for months, if not years. The international community faces the daunting task of finding a peaceful resolution while addressing the immediate humanitarian crisis. The war serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict and the urgent need for diplomacy and cooperation to prevent future tragedies.